ESG. That's environmental, social, and governance. And it's taking the ETF universe by storm. But while many investors are getting into this space, it's important to look under the hood and know what you're buying. So for instance, this is one thing we've been talking about for a couple of weeks. One fund that launched a few weeks ago has a very enticing name. It's the Vegan Climate ETF. Sounds great, doesn't it? It excludes companies that rely on animal exploitation, that test products on animals or use animal-derived products. Okay. They also exclude companies that use fossil fuels, make plastics, or produce agrochemicals. Fair enough. What's left? Well, they do have Beyond Meat in it, but guess what the biggest holdings are? The ETF holds Microsoft, Apple, Facebook, and Intel. Who knew they were vegan? In short, this looks kind of like an ESG ETF, but the title doesn't really tell us what it holds. Tom, your thoughts? We have talked about this before. You know, we did this with the Bitcoin ETFs. There was nothing to buy, so all of a sudden you ended up owning obscure semiconductor stocks that were only peripherally related. Yeah. I'm not trying to give them a hard time, but no, Microsoft?
But there's a big battle in the ETF space. Everyone's battling for assets. I think there's a lot of marketing. There's a lot of hype. There aren't that many publicly traded vegan companies out there where you can actually make up an index.
So this is part of that process of exclusion. We take stuff out rather than put stuff in. And it's fine. I understand the goals of it. It's just you didn't think you'd own Microsoft, you know, in a vegan climate ETF.
Right. So the name of this tries to get you in the door, but when you finally look under the hood and you see what's there, you might be quite surprised. So exclusionary ESG-oriented ETFs might kick out companies like Exxon or Chevron that we talked about earlier, have little to no exposure to energy or utility companies. But what we're finding more and more is that ESG products that are coming to marketplace are more sector diversified. And so it's the best ESG companies that have ESG criteria within that sector. And so that's where we're seeing a lot of the money go as we've seen assets.
So you know my point here. Everybody just know what you're owning here. And I have nothing against the concept. It sounds fine to me. Just know what's going on.